Collective, how are we doing? Let's get into an 11:11 check-in for you all. This is going to be a full reading, meaning we do the Lenormand, eh, excuse me, and we do tarot on top of that. And then we will clear the board all the way clean, and we will do oracle and then animals. This is also what a personal reading looks like with me and the zodiac signs that are in playlists on the channel. So please feel free to, I'm going to leave that right there. Feel free to browse the channel and see where your signs are. We cover everything in these readings because we're able to do tarot, oracle, and all of the above, right? So we get a storyline, and then we also wipe that board clean, and we get the messages of spirit from spirit on what they would like you to be focused on. Okay, so let's see what's going on. The fish at the bottom of the deck. This is about money matters. Now, before I even started shuffling, I got this inclination here that some of us have been feeling as though we aren't doing enough, right? We've been kind of judging our journey and our progress here. And we've got like this tower on a hill, right? This could be like feeling like we're a one-ring circus as it pertains to money matters. Could be building your own business, something that is a little isolating, right? Because this is an island, okay? But it also feels a little mystical, a little magical, and it does bring in some money here. So let's see what the story is. So beginning here, yeah, with the tower. Okay. Yes, and the tower in the Lenormand is more of an empire card. It stands for institutions, corporations, and business, all right? Not the traditional tarot tower, which is defeat and chaos, okay? Yeah, look at that. We're standing tall. This is being rooted, and this is all about health, gene codes, ancestry, genealogy, and also about health, fitness, things like that. And looks like we have an extra message here on that. Look at that. We're clearing something out. So some of you, this could be your sign to quit smoking. It could be your sign to quit junk food or caffeine or the dependence on those things, right? So whatever that is for you, we're cleaning house some way, shape, or form as it pertains to our health. Or again, that could be family dynamics, okay? Right in the center here, we've got the dog, which represents loyalty. All right, so I just said this could be something to do with the home. And we see the house here in the background, which is also a card in this deck. But loyalty there, we'll see what that's about. Okay, something has been burdensome as it pertains to that loyalty. This could be something that we are sweeping out. All right, wow, could be a masculine here. Interesting. Or we could be sweeping out these feelings, right, of like imposter syndrome, feelings like we're unable to get stuff done on time, feeling like, as soon as I came to do this video, I was like thinking to myself, hey, I should have done this 3 days ago and scheduled it to post early in the morning. And here we are, day of 1:30 p.m. and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so behind, right? So it's almost like clearing out those mindsets of scarcity and not doing enough in that judgment, right? Clearing that out so that we could get back to our masculine mind, which is all about taking action. Now, they are calling me to this candle over here. There's two here, but one is more significant than the other. Okay, so that could mean something to somebody here and their story. So we'll see what that candle is about. We'll come back to it. I feel that tarot is going to tell us what that's about. Okay, so let's dive into a card deck. And I haven't used this one much. Let's see what this deck has to offer us. Okay, and don't forget to like the video, you guys. I do see your comments and I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you for being here. Let's see what we have to say about this tower here. Seven of Swords. Okay, interesting. So again, that self-sabotage vibe as it pertains to growing some sort of empire. So this could be us or someone around us that has sort of downplayed or down-talked our ideas. And we see here the Queen of Coins. So the Queen of Pentacles, a grounded, very nurturing energy, yes, but I'm getting more like goal-oriented. Yeah, Six of Wands on the bottom here. Celebration, victory, and earning our accolades. Okay, so I think this is something that we're very greatly focused on here. But there could have been some sort of a perspective shift or it could be with this 1111 portal. Okay, because we've got here the page of coins. Yeah, again, I think this is where you think you are. Oh, sorry, page of cups. I think that you may feel as though you're in a page energy, and they're like, no, you're in a queen or a king energy. So with that page of cups being right there with the dog, I do feel that, you could have opened your heart up to somebody here. And it could have been while you were on this track, okay? You could have like launched a business, started growing it, and then this other person could have come in while you were going through these high stakes, right? And then it could have like deterred you off this path here. And I say that because it leads us here to the burdens card. So what is this about? Yeah, the tower. So something happened here. We also see here the Four of Cups, which is a disappointment and just not being motivated. Okay. And then we see the Page of Wands. Yeah. Okay, so something happened here. We're going to take a few of these. So, Four of Cups, we felt disappointed of some sort of opportunity here, perhaps in a love situation. All right, we felt the energy come forward at first. We see the sunflowers here, very bright, fruitful energy. We had a lot of passion for someone here, but it ended up like this with this Nine of Swords, where we had sleepless nights. We were upset. We were um, re replaying scenarios, reminiscing on the things we did wrong. Someone here could have been very focused on what you do wrong, okay? And it was a love situation that broke your heart here. Okay, we've got the Two of Cups and we have the Three of Swords. So this deterrent off of your divine path here sort of led you down this rabbit hole and caused you to rethink your decisions. With the Two of Swords, we got stuck in this indecision. Maybe I should not go this way. And justice is here to balance the scales out. And we come right back to the Nine of Coins, which is a very fruitful, very independent, very strong energy. This is pre-Empress energy. But in order to do that, we had to leave something behind here. All right, because this person, whoever we were connected to, made us feel as though there was not enough to go around. With that Five of Pentacles, feeling like doors were being slammed in our face the whole time here. And we had to really invoke a lot of strength in uh, in order to feel strong enough to go to the next thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take, unfortunately, these here because I feel like this tells us the story we need of what we are burdened by. And we'll take justice here, and then we'll just remember this story. Okay, and we'll grab another deck. All right, so let's see here what else we have. Now, Six of Wands is on the bottom here. We've seen Six of Wands already. Yeah, I feel very strongly like you were on a very good high vibrational path here. And on the split, we have the Ten of Wands, burdened and feeling as though we're carrying a heavy load, which is also the exact definition of this cross here. Okay, so at the bottom now we have the Fool, like picking up shop and just taking off and going another way. Okay, so let's go back to this institution here. What do we need to know about this business? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I know that, this card has a lot of emphasis on the turnaround symbol, but the Wheel of Fortune at its core, here's another one, which happens to be at the bottom of the deck. This is bright, fruitful, like fortune follows the bold, right? So it's like you act in this way of keeping positive, keeping things pushing, always going for the goal, and fortune just follows you. That is the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. Now we will, excuse me, we will go ahead and talk about this though, where we have this turnaround symbol. You have the map, it's embedded into your car. Okay, you know where you're going. You've already experienced this sort of healthy a high vibrational flow with the universe, right? And then we got on this path and we were going the wrong way, and we had to then turn around where our goals are over here. And we're like, well, can I just barrel through these signs really quick, right? And that could be significant, like feeling as though we should be able to barrel through some sort of signs. Okay, signs and synchronicities from the divine. And we have here on the floor, we have the Ace of Wands. This is sort of like that tower card, but it's also about the burst of energy that we need in order to make things happen. Okay, so Ace of Wands, this is the spark of life that lives within us that gives us the passion to go on. Okay, and there's the Strength card to magnify that. So, yes, we've seen the Strength card again or before when we were talking about this sort of storyline with another person, or I think it's another person. It could also be aspects of you, like I said, with the self-sabotage. But we have Page of Cups where your heart was open to something or someone in some sort of a home dynamic, and we have the King of Wands here. So someone that's very outspoken, um, spontaneous, but also impulsive, energetic, but also easily agitated. That could be the person who led us astray here. Yeah, we could have built some sort of a foundation with this person. Four of Wands is about foundation. And again, excuse me, my throat is just like, won't knock it off. So we built some sort of like a foundation with a person, and now we feel as though we need to open another door and go the other way, you see. So, so we have here, so we have here this turnaround moment. And what we don't recognize is when we turn around, we see this door right here open with a clear path with bright sunshiny skies. And this way it was unknown, right? You can't see over that hill. So if we would have kept going this way, it could have left to us, it could have led us to some sort of drop off, right? But here it's like I see the path and the path is in front of me. So you're trusting in the divine instead of trusting in another person. And I think that that is perfect here. Okay, so let's see what else the tarot would like to say. We've got one more for this deck. Yeah, the Hanged Man. So we needed a perspective shift as it came to this justice situation with this other person. We have the World and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's the truth. And then the Hermit. It's like you recognized what was going on. You woke yourself up here with the Hermit and you opened your eyes. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. The Hermit is the one with the candle lit. Okay, so now we're back to the candle. All right, I'm going to let more of that flow through. So he's the one with the lantern, right? And he's a hooded figure that leads us from the dark to the light. Now here's the light at the end of the tunnel, and we realize that the light was never the illusion, the tunnel was the illusion, and we figured out sort of the truth here. So this could have been, unfortunately, some sort of false flame, because I said he's the one with the candle, but the hermit is meant to guide us out of the dark into the light. And this person could have had this tiny little light, and you were like, oh, cool, like a moth to the flame, right? And you you could have definitely been led astray here by some sort of like a false twin or something. I don't know, y'all. We'll get more into that. Let's grab some more cards. When in doubt, we just get more cards. Okay, King of Swords, the Chariot. Yeah, again, with this Chariot, there's two directions that we could go, right? One of them is scary and dark, and one of them is a little bit more highlighted in a sense where you can see that it leads to like buildings and civilization, and the other one leads into the dark. So there's something about that choice of path that we will continue to dive into here. Okay, let's keep with the small cards. I like that these are all the same size. All right, what do we have here? Queen of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so again, it's like your heart is open here and you have a lot to offer. You are the Wheel of Fortune. You do have this insight from spirit. You have this idea for an empire. And something about that, I don't like where this Seven of Swords is, but we see, so we're going to come back to this, but we see the Ace of Wands again. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, so we had sort of like a false twin situation, Ace of Cups on the split as well. And our heart burst open for this person, whether it's an ex or a husband, wife, whatever, or a fling. It could have been a fling too. But our heart was wide open for this person. And then look at that. The tower hit. It's like we thought it was exciting because the chaos felt like roller coasters, butterflies, something like that. But what we didn't realize is that it was sort of like a deterrent of the path. Okay. And it felt very sudden. It felt very scary. You see how the squirrel is kind of looking up at it like, what the heck was that? So we took a chance on this. And I think we sort of woke up one day and was like, wait a second, this isn't right. So that's that story there. And so we keep wishing on a star here for a love that feels just as electric, but is also meant for us on our path here. So, yeah, it's like the heart was open. We took a chance. It blew up in our face. And now we have this newfound energy that will actually feed the root of our tree. We're using the energy from that connection. And even though we can't have them with that broom there. So this is interesting. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man again. I'll take that duplicate. High Priestess on the split here. So yeah, it's like this understanding that everything that is meant for us will always find a way. And the Page of Wands again, lots of pages. I've seen the Ten of Cups several times here as well too. You know, and it's so strange because most of the time I get the Ten of Cups, I get the Lovers, I get the Two of Cups, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, this is a beautiful connection. But I don't like that we're seeing burdens, Five of Swords. It's like you could have felt as though this person was perfect for you. And then as soon as they got a hold of you, you were like the bird in the cage. And they needed you to sort of like give up on your dream. They needed you to say no to certain things in order for you to have them. This is someone who would like give ultimatums, something like that, okay? So again, it's like I like to see the Ten of Cups, but Four of Swords indicates that we are healing from this, which means that it's something from the past. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune again and the Seven of Wands. Yeah. What I'm getting is if you were to have followed this person down that path with all of the construction on it, it would have blocked your success in your path here. See how the focus is on the solar plexus now, where it was in the heart, and we see it on the third eye here. Now it's solar plexus. So it's like, yes, this person and the things that they brought to light for you was a good benefit to your goals, but not in a way that we would have wanted. Yeah, Two of Swords, because they were stringing us along here. And it's like, okay, we saw some company with having the birds around us in the photo here, but the birds are tying knots around our face here. Yeah, and calling it a Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this is someone who is acting. Four of Wands again, and Four of Cups, Ten of Swords, King of Wands. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm getting. So Ten of Ten of Pentacles, we could have grown this with this person. Four of Wands, a structured home. with, here's where the finances go, here's who does the business, here's who does the accounting, things like that. And then you realize that this person, King of Wands, was very keen on making you look at yourself a certain way and trying to get you in your head about what you do wrong and how you don't fulfill things, different stuff like that. And, it was extremely hurtful. So you decided, you said, hey, I have this opportunity over here. See how the sunshine is over on that side? And there's this pentacle. It's like, I see a brighter future ahead this way. And that was spirit redirecting you, saying, hey, we need you to get back to your energy because your energy is the other way. We need you to clear out this old junk so that you can get back to manifesting at your full potential, which will then bring you back to this here, but with somebody who's going to reciprocate and fill up your cup the way that it is deserved to be filled. Okay. So I do hope that storyline made sense. I don't know who this person is in your world, but geez Louise, I just split on the devil. That's who. Yeah, somebody to deter you off your path. I mean, look at that. If you're indecisive about this, whether or not to get rid of this person, here's your choice. Devil or angel. This is the temperance angel, and there's the devil. You can choose. I mean, I don't know if you're choosing between two people or what, but Ten of Wands came back out. It's like that's what this person has for you is a bunch of burdens and second guessing yourself. Okay. So kind of frustrating energy. I'm frustrated for you. Let's get a couple more here. This one doesn't have as descriptive of imagery, so I can focus on just the message and not. Okay, so we can focus on just the message, not so much the image, but anyways. Okay, don't mind that. Here we go. I split the deck a couple of times, and here's what I'm getting. We've got Knight of Cups here in the middle, your heart being open. The dolphin is about life mana. You brought life into a connection here. And we had the Three of Swords. Again, as soon as we get a positive card, Three of Swords comes out, which made us pause our dreams. Three of Wands, a pause, staying in the planning stages, and look at the ram going towards the wands, being like, is it this way? And it's like, no, we needed to go that way. And so you see how it's like going the wrong way here? And we had the sun right underneath that Three of Swords, which means as soon as we heal or clear out this love connection, we're able to finally see the sun again. Okay, so, wow, that chariot just flipped. Okay, so we want the chariot. Heard loud and clear. Okay, let's get a lineup here. What do we have to say? Why is the Five of Swords over here? Okay, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, so I think you were trying to share the responsibility of some sort of a business with a person. And, this could also be a household or even just the connection as a whole. And you were left wondering, where is your piece of this pie? You were left wondering, why is there not enough to go around? Why are you not giving to me? Okay, so that was that clarification. And so we have the Six of Swords. Perfect. This is a perfect energy of, okay, I guess I will just go. I will go on ahead then. Peace out. See you later. Okay. So let's get just a couple more. I need to get to Oracle because I have to get my child from school. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy. And Eight of Wands, fast moving energy. You see that? It's almost, it really is. And I'm putting these right above the broom. As soon as you clean out this energy from your mindset, if you've already let go of this person, you haven't let go of the mindset yet. I can see that it still lingers here, that heartache, that pain. So as soon as you clear that out, you get to run full stream ahead to a 10 of Pentacles. You get a new 10 of Pentacles, and there's the Queen of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Cups. It's like you're going to do 10 times better without this person than you ever did with them. Six of Wands again. Yeah. Six of Wands is the accolades. Four of Cups because you were disappointed by what this person had to offer, and the moon shined down on it, which means that was your intuition telling you something is off here. Something is not right. I don't feel safe, secure, and heard here. And there's the Nine of Pentacles. That is another nod to the fact that you needed to go about this alone. You needed to, it's like another nod to the fact that you had to go about this alone, that you needed to understand that you have earned your stripes, and also that you have spirit on your side here. I keep looking at that masculine card and like those eyes, and then I'm seeing this justice with the eyes, and I'll show you that in just, oh my God. I didn't know I had justice in my hand. Wow. Yeah, I was looking at these eyes. See that? Where it's kind of like, you dare cross me. And Spirit's like, yeah, you better believe I do. You better believe I do. Uh, you were saying? That's what I'm getting there. This person, whoever they are, I don't think they talk to you very nice. And I think that they had a stick. Spirit gives me the Ace of Swords as soon as I was going to say stick up their rear end. And they were like, yeah, absolutely. What else do we have on this man since Spirit's being so funny? Seven of Pentacles, Six of Swords. They were like, who cares? We need you out of there. Three of Pentacles. So again, there was like this promise of collaboration. And I think this person could have been like, they think that they're so far reaching. They think that they have got it all figured out. Like they're on the ground and they're heavy, maybe. I don't know. I don't know your person, but they, they're clunky. Their energy is, okay? It's like, yes, we love elephants and elephants are great, but compared to the birds and how far the birds can go, I mean, in a race, I mean, that's what's weird is it's not a race. And I think that your person was trying to make it a race. Yeah. It was a race to like something about the energy, something about the accolades, or could have been a competition to see who like loved each other more, something weird like that, where they're like, I don't think you love me as much as I love you, because Page of Cups, expressing the love. I think that you were expressing the love, and then this person could have had only one thing on their mind all the time. And you're like, okay, but can you just love me? Like, look at me, I'm cute. This person was like, whoa, look at my valor and my stick. Interesting that I wanted to put those right there. I don't know if I want to. We had the Page of Cups already right there, so that's where they're going to live. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, so you had to express to this person, there's temperance. Okay, we're good. We've seen temperance and we've seen justice, so we're okay with the devil. Okay. Yeah, I think you just decided enough is enough here. Like Five of Cups, you were looking down, disappointed, upset with what was going on. And Queen of Wands, this is, I think, you, and you're like the cheetah. See that? We were just talking about racing, and look at that. You've got these. Oh, I was just watching a video that had the name of these things like Oryx, Oryx. I'll see. But anyways, you've got these here, antelope vibes that are butting heads. Five of Wands is butting heads. And the cheetah is just like, are you done yet? Like, are you done? That's what you decided to speak out about. Like, you put your boundaries up with this person and you did it well. So, yeah, I think Spirit's very proud of you here. We got one more sticking straight up, the Hermit. Yeah, Spirit's proud of you because you dove in deeper to your own spiritual understanding and you brought out of yourself. Oh, Okay, you brought yourself up out of this. That's the Seven of Swords. I was trying to decipher the five. Yeah, the Moon, Four of Swords, strength. Absolutely, you did. This is what you had to do. Understand intuitively that it was time to heal from this and strong arm your way out of this connection. And keep your friends close as you went about doing that. This is a very repeat message that we keep getting on this channel. Okay, one more for these burdens. Do we have advice for 1111, or like, why is this coming through on 1111? Okay, two cards, Queen of Cups and Four of Wands. Okay, because you've been working on your stability here. I just moved the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is at the bottom of this deck as well. So, interesting. So you're wanting to create this legend. Okay, you're here to create the stability, perhaps even for your family, for your kids, but you want to do it in such a way that is soft. You want to do this in a way that is blessed by spirit, by nature. You want to do this with the current, okay, so to speak, and still be able to look back and say, I did this, I created this, this is solid, this is tangible, okay, but you want it to, yeah, go with the flow of nature. And I think that's why we have health here. And in order to get that, we have to get rid of all of this mindset stuff that has gotten in the way. We have to turn the car. We have to, you could have already left this person and yet you still find yourself talking about them. You still say, oh, they are so mean. Oh, they are so awful. Oh, they are so this. And that's what's sort of keeping you stuck. It's giving them power. Okay. So we're going to get into the oracle. Yeah, it's causing confusion. That's what Spirit said when we talk about this with friends. Yeah. So Three of Cups, friends, right? So you could get together with your friends and you're talking about this person. And instead, we need to be talking about, okay, maybe you do get to talk about it. Spirit says, strange. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We do have a pentacle over the head here of this card labeled the devil. So getting with friends and staying in this devilish energy to talk about your person is causing confusion, and it's still taking your attention away from what we need you to be focused on here. Yeah, I think you talked about this a lot instead of talking about work. And when it comes to work, you're undecided. Even though spirit is on your side, you're still blocked in some type of way. And I don't like saying that, like we have blocks, but it's because we're focused on this other person here. Yeah, undecided or stuck in first stages here with the three that we've already seen. Nine of Cups, here's what I really want, but I'm so devastated. Ten of Swords, that this Empress energy is unable to like break free here. King of Swords and Ten of Swords with the Two of Cups under that. Yeah. So there's just some clearing to do here. Many of us could benefit from like an energy clearing today. Okay, let's clear the board and we'll get right in to oracle messages. Okay, the table is cleared. I just reminded myself of Finding Nemo when they say the sun is shining, the tank is clean. That's the energy we want to be in, okay? So we're going to now follow this compass that we have here on the table. So that's the center where Spirit wants us to be focused on with a bright, clean, new energy, okay? The past here is what we've learned, lessons, inner child stuff. This is introspection, goals, intuitive knowing. This here is Spirit team messages from the Spirit team closest to you. And this last position is what to expect in the near future, potential future outcomes. Wow, yeah. whatever it is you're creating is a huge deal. Okay. Spirit does not take this lightly. They do not take you lightly. Okay. This is about the next 7 generations. This is that whirling rainbow prophecy. One of the highest vibrational cards I've ever held in my hand. It is so significant. I can't even put into words. Okay. This is a prophecy where black elk and sitting bull, if I'm not mistaken, I might need to correct myself, but a bunch of elders, when all of the buffalo were hunted, they said, okay, we may not survive this. And they came together and they had this council fire. And the consensus was this prophecy that said 3 generations later from where they were, there would be children of the earth that did not belong to any class or creed, did not go right or left politically, things like that. They would wear colors on their skin, beads in their hair, and they would make the world green again. So this is huge. You're making waves for the betterment of humanity, and whatever it is you're creating is very important. Okay, so when we focus on someone who is bound and determined to get in the way of that, that's why we got those facial expressions on the justice cards. So where do we focus instead? Ourselves. See how they're in the center of this medicine wheel here, which is exactly what it is that we are doing. Okay. Sacred space. Surrounding yourself in like this golden white light of how spirit sees you. Okay. In the past here, look at that, south, right where it belongs. We understand that the innocence of our inner child is extremely important to us. And we are in alignment with clearing from that space, solar plexus and root chakra work, okay? And also making ourselves feel safe and seen and understood without having to fight for that understanding, okay? Something about being gentle here. Introspection and goals, it's time to talk about it. Yeah, focus on your goals instead of this person. And I know that's not something that everyone wants to hear, but tarot tells us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. And now it's time for you to tell the people in your life what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. So there's something very significant here about sort of that fist up, right? That's part of your mission is resistance. Okay, so give them some resistance, give them something to talk about. Spirit says, look at that. We're going to crown you with this power, okay? This is a war bonnet. It takes a lot of eagle feathers to make a war bonnet, and every eagle feather has to be earned. So imagine having gone through all of those accolades, right? We saw the Six of Wands. We also saw the tiger on the the Nine of Pentacles, meaning we have earned this. And Spirit says this. Spirit says you have earned your right to be. You've earned your right to fight. Okay. Yeah, they're kind of saying like fight back here. Interesting. So moving forward, what do we have to look forward to? A vision quest. Look at that. Yeah, Spirit says if you can't find it in other people, I will be here to listen. Okay. So this is an indication as well that your spirit team is here. They are close to you, where we see that blue face there. They have arrived. You're not speaking to no one if you are sending your prayers up at this time, 11/11, right? Which is today. So, whew, that is a lot, but it works. Okay, let's get our next deck. What do we want? Okay. Now, what do we have to say? Look at that. Bottom of the deck here, we have Vision Quest. Yeah, you're going to start seeing things, perhaps in your dreams here. All right, what do we have for this sacred space and self-respect here, this timeout that we're in? The hummingbird, yeah, to find joy. That's the goal here, is to find joy in each and everything. It's also the leader of that whirling rainbow prophecy. We're finding peace and joy. So the hummingbird goes from flower to flower and is smelling and tasting sweet nectar all day. So we want to be focused on the things that make us happy, not the things that make us sad. So again, it's pointing to our viewpoints and opinions, our goals, and it's time to talk about it. Okay, so we're letting go. They're like, you already know what it is. See those eyes? They're like, we're looking at you now. Why are we focusing on things that don't matter? Why are we focusing on things that we are supposed to be letting go of? Okay. Yeah, when you could be focused here. Look at that. The upper world, spirit team. And again, you have a mission that has everything to do with that. Okay, I'm telling you, spirit's looking at you now. Look at that coyote. The coyotes are about a trickster energy, and there's the spiral. Wow. Spirit's like, okay, you talking trash again? Are you going downhill again? Are you spiraling again? What are you doing? What are you doing? Turn around. Don't go this way. No, no, don't go that way. So I'm going to go ahead and set these here because down here is where the spiral would belong. Okay, root chakra and solar plexus energy. But you know, they'd also understand here when we see the curse, we know that this was a big deal in our life. Okay, this whoever this is that sort of came in and started talking down to us made us feel like we were one of the hunted here, something like that. And we did trust our intuition because I do feel that the vast majority of my collective here is getting out of whatever that situation was. Okay, yes, we see that here with the medicine wheel, which again is what we're doing. And I like the synchronicity here, where we see it in two different decks, right? And this one does have a medicine wheel card specifically, but what I'm getting is that's what Spirit wants you to know. They want you to know that it's safe for you to advance out of this. We want you to spiral up, not spiral down. It's all about where you focus your energy. Okay, so your energy needs to be focused on advancement, moving up, moving forward, doing the thing, getting stuff done. That's advancement, movement. The medicine wheel is about, there's many spokes on the wheel, right? Like a wagon wheel. Some are good, some are bad. But when we keep it moving, we're never focused on one specific spoke. We can always turn the wheel. So they're saying the world will continue to turn no matter what. You're not going to be left behind here. We just need you to focus elsewhere. Okay. So there's that tree. We want you focused inward. Okay. And they had me say that kind of rough, didn't they? Yeah, there's your warrior. This is you being a warrior because of your heart space here and what you have to offer, what you have to give. And I keep splitting right there on that curse. So we need you focused inward. We need you to do the healing. You know, it can be as easy as listening to some binaural beats on YouTube, something like that, like as you go to sleep. Things like that can be very helpful. It's like moving energy. We need to get the energy moving in our bodies somehow. Okay, I don't feel like that's so much like going to the gym, but it could be, or walking or something like that. But it's more about the movement of energy when it pertains to your livelihood. Okay, so now we have the vanishing mirror, which is vanishing of the ego. Okay, yes, that's what I'm getting with that energy moving. We need energy moving because we need you to understand your purpose and we need you to understand how we see you, how spirit sees you. Okay. Spirit sees you as a very important member of this new beginning that humanity is on. And we need you focused and in tip-top shape. It's like they're whipping you into shape for battle, is kind of what I'm getting here. It's like, you know, we just don't want you veering off a path when we need you so much over here. Yeah, I just did a reading. I think it was Leo, and they got this position right here. So Leo's reading could be significant. But again, this is in the past here. This is what we woke up to or what spirit intervened on. This is that tower, Three of Swords. This is that solar plexus, root chakra. Okay. And this is getting phased out. We are indeed getting this out because your intuition has overpowered your want to stay here. Okay. Now going into your goals. Yeah, you are open to these opportunities. I almost said responsibility. These opportunities that arise for you, is like your civil duty, okay? Given to you straight from spirit here. Yeah, spirit's not playing. Okay. I mean, it's not like they're being mean, but they're being forthcoming here. Look at that herald of change that belongs right here with the wheel, which is what I was talking about. No matter what happens, be willing to change, be willing to spin the wheel, be willing to get over things, be willing to, leave things alone at some point. Okay. Interesting vibes for such a magical day. I think I'm just not going to caption this and hope people watch the whole thing. By the way, please like the video if you are here. We're growing slowly but surely. I figure that's a great time to tell people to like the video is when I'm yelling at you. But that's the voice of spirit. Okay, what do we have to say about Vision Quest here? Feast of Plenty. Yeah, choices and their consequences. Okay, so we can either plant a tree that's going to give us fruit next week and have it be tiny and feeble and get trampled on, or we can plant a tree that's going to take 20 years, but the fruit on it is going to feed the next 7 generations. That's what I'm getting. That's the choice that you are having to make. You have to play the long game here. And it's really difficult to do. It's difficult to focus on when we are rooted in some sort of pain here. So these go hand in hand. Yeah, that root chakra is painful here. But look at that. As soon as you take a bold step forward, fortune favors the brave and the bold. The fortune's wheel. We've seen the wheel how many times here? This one is the bold step forward with the farther gate. As soon as you open yourself up to be able to do whatever it is you're called to do, okay? We all have a calling, and you may be confused on what that is, but it's the things that make you feel free. That Ace of Wands energy, power in community, keep your friends close and talk to them about what it is you're focused on, the opportunities to grow, to get up, to go farther, right? Surrender to the fact that this is what's meant for you and surrender the things that are not serving you in the moment and allow yourself to truly be a part of something great. This is like the mycelium, right, of the forest floor. We may feel as though we're not very significant because we're down here and we're not this big, huge tree yet. We're just a sapling, right? But we are growing ourselves and nurturing ourselves to become bigger. And it's like all of the mycelium, all of these little fairies, right? The magical creatures that is spirit, the wisps, are growing from the root up. They are nurturing us as we go here. Okay, so there's no reason to fear. We are getting shown that there's a brighter way forward here, and it's going to look easy, yeah, because of the heart that you have. Okay, it's like experience life as it comes. If you don't know which direction to go, then just don't worry about that. Just do the next right best thing, is sort of what I'm getting. But when things arise, well, okay, two different stories here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. And sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to be like, hold on, hold the phone. Spirit, wait, what did you just say? Right? Like that's kind of the energy I'm getting is you need to take your time and enter stillness in order to make sure that you're not on this sort of downward spiral, okay? Experience life as it comes, meaning when we don't have the paddle in our hand, we just set the sail, okay? So put the sail up and then just allow the current to take you for a minute here. And when things arise that are not necessarily the best, instead of jumping in and swimming downward, what we can do instead is treat the situation at hand like we are in a lighthouse, okay? And we're just looking at it. And we just say, okay, isn't that interesting? Now, what is that trying to show me? And then you go back to this idea of spirit and you just say, what is my intuition trying to tell me? What do I need to do about this? And again, now, how can we use it to our benefit to create a new opportunity and take a different path that's going to lead us to this fortune? That's the vision quest that you're on. transmuting energy as it comes instead of diving down into these sort of spirals. Instead, we watch from a new perspective here and we allow spirit to take us where we need to go instead of trying to paddle upstream. Okay. Yeah. Let me see here because I've got a lot of cards coming forward. So now look, once this is done, once we do that, here's our empire overflowing with beautiful riches and gold and all the things, but also our emotional heart is overflowing. Our compassion for life is brought back to our life. Okay. The heart begins to sing, and we have this plentiful new beginning here. And that's because it's meant for you. Oh my gosh. I've got too many cards on this table, but I'm about to get more. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I just lifted this one to show you. And look, there they are at the council fire 200 years ago, talking about you. And look at that. There's the buffalo. That's the story of the whirling rainbow. They sat down, had a vision quest to tap into spirit because the buffalo were gone, and they revered the buffalo so highly. The buffalo triggered all of this, and it represents, the grandfather, the north, the great winter gestation period, the ultimate wisdom, ultimate abundance. That triggered the conversation, and you were the topic of conversation. And now you are trying to follow the path that they knew you would. Does that make sense? That's the vision quest. So I'm keeping that whole story. I know that this reading is looking a mess, but like I can't deny, okay, it is your destiny. It's your birthright to have this. Okay, do you understand? I'm not trying to be demeaning or don't shoot the messenger here, but this is spirit talking to you this way. Okay, please understand this. They are looking at you saying, okay, is this the energy you want? Are you sure? Do you want to look at the past and stay here with this pain? Do you want to dive down this rabbit hole and chase a trickster? That devil energy, we've already seen the devil. Okay? If that is what you want, wow. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. If that is what you want, we'll go ahead and give this to someone else. We'll give this to someone else. But when I came to this one here, I said, we're not leaving you behind here. We're not leaving you in the dust. But what we're saying is the focus needs to be here because we need someone who's going to take action. This is that spirit team message. The first one we got was action. Ooh, I just got chills all over. Holy cow. You could have ancestors that were there that day. This is ancestors, lay of the land. Like, this is about divine rights to own property. Like, we want you. You are someone, I already know this about you. You are someone whose goal and dream is to make as much money as you can so that you can buy land so you can protect it. Point blank, period. That's you. How do I know that? Because that is the communal, collective goal. Okay? And we see that here because we want to bring the fairies back. We want the beautiful little creatures. We want balance within nature again. That is your goal. That is your birthright. You should be a part of this. They're saying, please don't say no to us. Okay? And here's the thing is, it starts to look easy, right? That's the goal, is to have a easy life where we can live like our ancestors once did, living off the land, knowing what wild carrot tastes like. Okay, whew, I need a break after that. This is wild. I've never seen it look, never say never, but this looks messier than normal, trust me. So check out the other videos because this is just, wow. I did not expect 1111 to be a kick in the butt, but here we are. Hopefully somebody else watches this video so I don't feel alone. Okay. Because right now, Spirit's talking to me. I'm like, dang. Yeah. Okay. But don't forget to smile. Spirit's funny that way. But, what I've been getting with these happiness cards is that we want this to be the ritual, to be always chasing the light, okay? We're always going upwards, not downwards. And we want to be focused on where we're headed, where we're going, because it is nature's way. So that's like the beauty way, medicine. Yeah, following blessings at all times. Again, it's like doing the next best thing. We will reward you for taking action on these things. Yeah, and we're also going to bring justice to all of the things that you had to experience in order to get to the point where you feel confident to take these leaps, okay? That's what I'm getting is they do understand, with this Watcher's Tower that I mentioned that was like a lighthouse, right? It's like they see these instances as well. This is where it gets freaking cool. Okay. Dang. Okay, I'm skipping around a little bit on where I'm placing things, but that's because I know where they go. You gotta trust me. Okay, some of you need to trust Spirit as well. Look at this. Anyways, look at this. This is where it gets exciting. Okay, this root chakra work, look at it. That says inspiration. All of this sort of pain, Three of Swords, Tower moment vibes, is all infused into your Ace of Wands, your inspiration. Okay? This is where other people feel as though they should get a piece of your pie because, well, I hurt you so bad. And you went on to have this spiritual business where you do Reiki for people or you do healing work for others. And I feel as though I should get a piece of that pie because I helped you to get there by hurting you. Why that's been coming out on this channel, I don't know. You can watch the other videos to find out more on that story because I don't get it either. Okay, but anyways, here's psychic abilities. This is what you're becoming, okay? You are becoming so, yeah, talented. You're very talented in what it is that you do and what you bring to the table, okay? So anybody who has told you that, what you do is silly, which could definitely be healing. What you do is silly. No, it is not. That is exactly where you need to be. That's exactly where we want you. And by we, I mean your ancestors. This is my ancestors card. We gave you that. We gave you that on purpose. It doesn't usually just flip like this. I've been trying to read the bottom so I can shuffle, but this is the way it's going. We gave you this so that you can have financial health because we want you to grow trees. You see that tree? Because whether this means genealogy, taking care of your young ones, and I don't speak like that, that's somebody's ancestors here, taking care of the young ones, taking care of grandchildren, etc., down the line, genealogy, or your own personal health, where you take care of yourself by quitting nicotine or what have you, drinking, anything like that, and you then become stronger, then that's what we want for you. And, if we felt financially free, we would be able to plant trees and have a healing center and have the farm and, destroy Monsanto. I mean, this is all of the goals. Yeah, and it comes back down to the home. Look at that. I'm a little interested to hear about this home. Some of you, oh, could be trying to work from home here. That's what I'm getting. Someone here wants to do like homesteading. It's like the tree is the career. That's what they are trying to say here. The tree is the career, and look at it being protected here. And when I asked for more on the home, peace. Which brings us back to when I first picked up the deck, which is happiness here. We want you to be peaceful and happy because that is what benefits the next 7 generations, is you being happy. Dang, this is a lot. We're going to get some animals that will help you on your journey. Then I'm going to go pick up my child, bring her back here for the upload. She's so funny. She comes to work with me sometimes. Yeah, remember kindness here. Specifically when it comes to your kids, when it comes to what it is you're releasing, okay? We want you to know that you will be victorious with what it is that you're creating. but it's not in spite of anybody. Yeah, it's not in spite of who we're letting go of. With this rebirth here, that's the shedding of the skin. That's the stuff we're letting go of. And again, some of this could be childhood stuff, you know? We could have a lot of trauma here. And we know, okay, spirit knows this. They understand, they see everything. Okay. But there's a lot of focus here, not a lot of focus here. Does that make sense? So we want you to be victorious in the actions that we have given you, these ideas that we have given you. So we need your action, we need your attention. Does somebody have army, people from the army or something in their ancestry? Because I just said like attention. That's what I heard. Yeah. See that? The helmet is on. It's like they're arming you up for battle. This is crazy. They want your mind here. I'm telling you now. Because why? You've been tricked to constantly think here. The coyote is the trickster. And then this is the badger. The badger, I always think more so about confrontation, and there was more I was going to add to him, but oh well. It's like confrontation and like thievery, right? The badgers are thieves. Anyways. Okay, so yes, we want you to have more fun here and more freedom as you grow. You, it's like grow through it instead of go through it, right? Like you could feel like you're pressed up against a wall all the time, like pushing a boulder uphill. And they want you to think to yourself, like, no, you're building strength, you're building your talent, and we want you to have fun as you go about this manifestation process because you're creating freedom for yourself, but you're also creating freedom for the next generations that will come after you. Okay, so I think you're in this sort of pupa stage, and I guess many of you needed a wake-up call because this whole reading has been very forward. Okay, I apologize. They just told me no. No, stop apologizing. This is what they need because we need to trust the universe, but also, and I have another video that I think it was Aries for the month of November, but they're timeless anyways. But if you're in Aries, you might like this one where I cried. We got that whirling rainbow prophecy here, and it really went into the importance of streamlining that calling. Okay. And I cried. I could not believe how incredibly supportive. So, oh my God, incredibly supportive that reading was. So if you need that, maybe I'll link that to play after this, and then it'll just be known that there are playlists for every sign, and Aries is the first sign. So it's perfect. And also, Aries is the leader, the trailblazer. So I think everyone can benefit from watching Aries reading because then we know where the leader is taking us. Does that make sense? Okay, so look at this. Anyways, back on track. The trust card is where I went off on that tangent because not only are you meant to trust spirit, spirit is also meant to trust you. We need to be able to trust you to not be led astray onto these other vibes that are not for us, okay, for our team. Like someone here is connected to someone who's on the opposite team. I don't always get this. This is new to me. See how the horse is like, not today. Oh, we got that capital D word bunch too. It's like, not today, Satan. Not that this is always that way. This is more so about contracts and sealing the deal and commitment and signing up the LLC, things like that. But the image is hard to ignore. So, anyways, that's what I got with that. We need to trust you to say no to things that are not for you and lead you down the wrong path downwards. This also goes into shadow work right here. This is something that I offer. It's a spiraling staircase, and we go in meditation, and the whole goal is to get out of it. Okay. So we don't go down, even though it's shadow work. We stop where you are, put a lock on that door, stop it, stop going down, and we come back up. And I guide up into this energy here. I think some of you, if you're watching this, could really benefit from that. If so, check out that description box. Right now, it's just send me an email. That means that this is all taught one-on-one. Okay, root chakra work, how to get this pain into inspiration so we can understand our talents and we can look upwards and use our energy and our driving force, like our mind, to get success on this next step that we need to get to in order to fulfill this prophecy and then get to our end goal and have the blessings flow in. That's this reading. And when I say it like that, it does make sense, right? Anyways, dang. Okay. So Spirit trusts you, needs to trust you. I'm so sorry. Whew. And now they're like, don't worry, we care. They're hard on you right now, but your ancestors are here. This is also Cancer's sign. I know we've seen other signs, but I haven't called them out. But again, everyone has a playlist on this reading, so check out Cancer perhaps. A couple of these readings have led to Cancer, so I'm excited to do Cancer's reading. Anyways, this is your family. This is your spirit team, your angel team. They are here nose to nose with you. This is also the triquetra. Interesting. Some of you could have Celtic backgrounds. Viking vibes. That could be where all this war stuff is coming from. Celtic knot. That could be significant for somebody. Okay. Anyways, I keep doing that. I keep going. Anyways. Okay. I'm going to edit the crap out of this video. I'm just telling you now because I lost my train of thought several times. And overall, this is an insane message. And I knew that it was going to be. Okay, with the 1111 portal, never in a million years did I think it would look like this. So it's like Spirit wants you to know you are sacred. We are communicating with you. Again, there's sort of that fighting vibe. Okay, this could be a nudge to like get up, right? Because starfish don't move very much. And Spirit's sort of coming through. I'm seeing this as almost like a Star Trek vibe, like a portal coming through the portal to be like, get up. What is that from? And I mean, there's probably countless movies, but it's like in the movies where it's like something big is coming, and so there's a character that shows up, and they're like, "Time to get up, go, run." And I don't feel like something bad is about to happen. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but it's like they just said we need all warriors at the ready. So maybe so, we do have stuff in the news about some big blue object nearing the atmosphere. So I don't know. It's like be at the ready so you don't have to get ready. There could be some sort of big calling coming, but it's for like the spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers. It's like the spiritualists are at the forefront of this war with AI, with um, surveillance, with cracking down on social media, different things like that. It's like the spiritualists are leading the revolution of this. That's what I'm getting. Like you're here to lead a revolution now. And like it's time to get up and do that. See that? The courage to get to work. Get to work on your goals. Becoming the healer. Leo's reading could also be significant. I just did Leo's reading. Very similar message to this one. You could be a Leo. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting read here. It's like you're being called to sort of like disguise yourself here. That Pisces, I don't know, I need to get better at these signs, but Libra is here. We see Taurus, Virgo. Anyways, oh, my mind is not with me. So here we go. We have disguise. There's that spiral. Yeah, see that? Okay, so we could be ensnared in some way in this. If it's like a relationship, if it's job, something here about it is like we're so close to being out, right? We just have the tip of the tail left. And now it's like we have to be distracting the enemy in some way, shape, or form, right? Like disguise yourself as you camouflage yourself to get yourself up and out of this so that you can focus on your true intentions, which is this whole quadrant over here, which is your divine purpose. All right, my loves, check your zodiac placements. They are up on the channel. I'll see you all in the shorts. I will see you all in the future readings. And look at that. Bottom of the deck now is those goals. And that's how I want to end this. Your focus needs to be here. That's what they want me to say. Okay. Gear up, babies. We're going to war. Spiritually speaking. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.